The Dennis O'Keefe Show. Starring Dennis O'Keefe. In All Around Town. Also starring Hope Emerson, Rickey Kelman, Eloise Hardt, Eddie Ryder.
Hal, why don't you give Marcia Grant just one tiny little plug in your column?
Karen, I told you before, and I'll tell you again, the answer is no.
But she's my best client.
She's also a very untalented actress.
If she's so untalented, how come she gets $200,000 a picture?
What? Simple arithmetic. Her dimensions plus reams of publicity equals $200,000 a picture.
But Hal, just one...
Do you have the feeling that we're alone? You'll all stop smiling when you get your check.
Don't look now, but you're not the only columnist in the room.
Oh. You mean Ed Hollister? Oh, he's no columnist. He's just a vulture that somehow learned to type.
Oh, he's coming over here, Hal. Now, no cracks.
Oh, why should there be any cracks? After all, Ed and I are the best of enemies.
Well, Beauty and the Beast.
Hi, Ed. What's old?
Well, I don't know. I haven't been reading your column lately. Karen, you're looking lovelier than ever.
Well, thank you. My, if the folks in Oklahoma could see me now.
By the way, at your request, I am giving Marcia Grant a sizable mention in tomorrow's column.
Well, thank you, Ed. I appreciate it.
I must move along now, and I do hope you have money enough to pay the check, Karen.
Oh, there must be a cure for him.
Well, at least he's giving Marcia Grant a plug in his column.
Which just goes to prove that he'll print anything.
Hello, Mr. Towne.
Oh, hello.
Don't you remember me? Gretchen Clayhipple.
Gretchen Clayhipple? Oh, of course. Yes, why, I saw you in that off-Broadway production of The Cherry Orchard about a month ago.
That's right. And then after the show was over, you came backstage and told me how much you enjoyed my performance.
Yeah, and I meant every word of it, Gretchen. To Karen, she was only the third lead, and she swiped the show.
Well, that's quite a compliment coming from Mr. Towne.
Yeah, well, Gretchen, tell me, what are you doing working around here? I thought by now you'd have had your big break on Broadway.
So did I, but... Well, after being turned down by a dozen producers, I thought I'd better try to make a living some other way.
Oh, I see.
It's nice seeing you again, Mr. Towne.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, Gretchen. Ah, it burns me up. A girl with all her talent slaving away in this upholstered mine shaft while Marcia Grant is getting $200,000 a picture.
Well, that's showbiz.
Oh, showbiz, my eye. It's publicity biz. Just because a kid like that hasn't got the money to go out and hire a high-powered press agent like you... Karen, I've got an idea.
Oh, no, Hal. I'm sorry. I'd really like to help her, but I've got all the clients I can handle. And speaking of clients, I'd better check with my exchange and see if anybody needs me. Excuse me?
Gretchen.
Yes, Mr. Towne?
Gretchen, I am not going to let you waste your life selling cigarettes when you belong on a stage.
Do you really think you can help me, Mr. Towne?
Yeah, well, now, wait a minute. I don't want to promise you anything or build your hopes up too high, but... Well, you just keep your eye on my column, huh?
Oh, I will, Mr. Towne. And... Oh, thank you.
Oh, don't mention it. Eliot, here's your lead item for tomorrow's column. I predict that the next name you'll be seeing up in lights on Broadway is that of the sensational new dramatic discovery, Gretchen Clayhipple. Gretchen Clayhipple? Marilyn Hipple? Bridget Hipple? Gretchen Clay. Gretchen... Why not? Eliot, make that name June Thursday.
Oh, come on, Karen. I admire your loyalty to Hal, but I've done many favors for you. Now why hold out on me?
Ed, I'm telling you the truth. I haven't the faintest idea of who June Thursday is.
She's really not your client?
I hate to admit it, but this is Hal's own private little campaign.
Well, I have to interview her. My publisher's given me a bad time. Say, you don't think Hal dreamed up this whole thing just to boost his circulation and there's really no June Thursday at all?
Wishful thinking, Ed. But you're right about one thing. June Thursday is a dream. A real live dream.
I will believe it when I see her.
Oh, you're just fishing, Ed.
I have a feeling there's nothing to hook.
Oh, are you going to be surprised? Now, why don't you just run along back to your keyhole peeping, huh?
All right, Hal. You go right ahead with your little game. But if I find out this June Thursday business is a hoax, I will blast you wide open in my column.
I didn't know you cared.
Hal, I hope for your sake there is a June Thursday.
Oh, there's a June Thursday, all right. And when I unveil it to the public, she's going to make you a Marcia Grant as obsolete as a buggy whip.
Oh, boy. He's just like all the rest.
Yeah. Who?
Hal Towne.
What'd he do?
Well, he promised to help me, and all he's done for the past week is plug some girl with the ridiculous name of June Thursday.
Hal, have you seen Ed Hollister's column?
Never touched the stuff. And I must say that I am quite surprised to see our esteemed publisher contaminating himself with that rival newspaper.
This is no time to joke, Hal. He's really after your scalp. Listen to this. A certain columnist, Mystery Discovery, is really a mystery. He seems to be the only one who's ever seen the amazing Miss Thursday. Is she fact or fiction?
Well, this is even better than I thought. Old Ed's really put himself out on a limb.
Are you sure he's out on a limb and not you? Remember, the integrity of my newspaper's at stake.
Oh, Conrad, I am very conscious of that fact, and believe me, you have nothing to worry about.
I'll stop worrying when I've seen June Thursday. I think you'd better produce her, Hal.
Now, why not? Why not? Now's as good a time for the unveiling as any. Eliot, I want you to set up a press conference for tomorrow afternoon. I want all the other newspapers here, and give a call to all the photo service boys.
Will do. Hal, are you sure Miss Thursday will be here?
Conrad, I am positive that tomorrow afternoon, Miss June Thursday will be sitting right there in that chair.
Quitting?
I only came to say goodbye.
Gosh, honey, where are you going?
Back home. Mr. Towne was my only hope, and when he let me down, it's the last straw.
Boy, can you imagine that big phony promising to plug your career and then all along helping that June Thursday? Boy, I'd like to belt him.
Hal, the press conference is all set up. Only one news service turned us down. Toss said yes.
Good boy, Eliot. Well, tomorrow's a big day. We launch June Thursday and sink Ed Hollister.
Shall I call June Thursday now?
No. I want to go down to the club and break the good news to her in person. Can hardly wait to see the expression on her face.
I'm gonna miss you, Sally.
I'm gonna miss you too, honey.
I've got to run and catch my train. Please tell everybody goodbye for me.
That big rat.
Sally, where's Gretchen?
Why, you big phony!
see why you didn't call the police and have those 3 big bullies that beat you arrested.
No, I had more important things to do. I had to try and find Gretchen. Nobody at the club knows where her hometown is, and her landlord said she didn't leave any forwarding address. I've lost her.
Well, what are you going to do about the press conference tomorrow?
Yeah, well, Eliot's calling everybody and postponing it. He's telling them that June has a virus. I'll bet you Hollister doesn't go for it. Probably insists on his own doctor examining her. If he does, he can take a look at me while he's at it.
Oh, I think it's a darn shame, Henry. You tried so hard to help that girl, and look what a mess you're in.
Yeah, well, it's kind of my own fault. If I hadn't tried to surprise her, if I just told her what I was doing, Hollister wouldn't have me over this barrel.
Well, go on in and wash up, and I'll fix you something to eat.
Yeah, well, I'm not very hungry.
Oh, you will be when you know what I cooked. Fricasseed chicken.
Cooked goose would be more like it.
Mr. Towne's apartment. Oh, hello, Mr. Hollister.
Is Dr. Frankenstein there, or is he in the laboratory trying to build a June Thursday?
Mr. Towne is washing up for dinner.
Oh, I thought he was already washed up since he's unable to produce the invisible Miss Thursday.
What do you mean, the invisible Miss Thursday?
Don't tell me you've seen her, Miss Sargent.
Well,
Miss Sargent, you're hedging. Admit it. Hal is pulling a hoax, isn't he?
He is not pulling a hoax. And for your information, Mr. Smarty Pants, Miss June Thursday is right here in this room waiting to have dinner with Mr. Towne. More champagne, June?
Well, she certainly recovered from her virus attack in a hurry. May I speak to her?
Speak to her? Well,
I would like to speak to her. Or maybe you're having hallucinations, too.
I am not having hallucinations. Hold on. I'll put her on.
Hello.
Miss Thursday?
Why, yes. It's so nice to talk to you, darling. Please call me June.
Are you really Miss Thursday?
Of course. I may sound a little strange, but it's this nasty old virus.
Who are you talking to?
When am I going to meet you in person, Miss Thursday?
As soon as I shake la bug.
Meantime, darling, I'm dying to meet you.
I read your column every day.
Ed Hollister? Get rid of him.
Well, I must say goodbye. Toodaloo, darling. Well, I think I fooled him.
I think I'm dead. Do you imagine that Ed Hollister's going to settle for a voice on the phone? He's probably on his way over here right now to meet her.
Well, don't just stand there. What are we going to do?
What are we going to do? It was your idea to trick Ed. What are you going to do?
Well, I've run out of tricks. I can change my voice, but that's about as far as I can go.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Well, what you do is just stand here and wait for the executioner. Who is it?
Ed Hollister.
What kept you?
Come on, Hal, open it up.
Tell him I'm in the bedroom. I've had a relapse.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Come in, Ed.
Where is she? And don't tell me she just left because I phoned from the lobby and nobody passed.
Mm-hmm. That figures, too. I believe the lady that you're looking for is right in there.
Miss Thursday?
Is that you, Eddie, darling?
Please come out, my dear. I'm dying to meet you face to face.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, Randy.
I can't come out now, darling. I just had a turn for the worse.
What's Sarge doing in there? Sarge, you sick?
Well, Miss Thursday, I presume.
Hey, what's going on?
Now, I hope you had your first aid kit, son, because your daddy has just had a terrible accident.
cross out Memphis.
Hal, why didn't you tell us about this sooner? We could have found Gretchen by now.
Karen, this is no time to cry over spilled clay hipples. Just keep looking in those phone books.
Hal, Ed Hollister's opening up with his big guns. Have you read his latest blast?
Please, Conrad, please. I got more important things to do.
I have absolute proof that June Thursday is a figment of Hal Towne's pitiful imagination. A hoax foisted on his handful of misguided readers. Well, is this accusation true or not?
Oh, of course it isn't true. Now, Conrad, please, will you simmer down and let me find Gretchen Clay Hipple?
Who's Gretchen Clay Hipple?
June Thursday.
Now, see here, Hal. You've exposed my newspaper to ridicule. Its integrity is being threatened. So you either produce this girl within 48 hours, or I'll disown you with a front-page editorial.
That's all I need. Another enemy.
Clay Hepper, Clay Hafner, Clay Heck. Clay Hipple!
You found one?
Cyrus P. Clay Hipple, Mountain Springs, West Virginia.
Mountain Springs, West Virginia.
Well, don't I get a kiss or nothing? Nothing.
Yeah, hello, operator. I want to speak to Cyrus P. Clay Hipple in Mountain Springs, West Virginia. Yeah, the number is, ring one long, three shorts.
Let's just hope that Cyrus P. has a daughter named Gretchen.
Yeah, hello, Cyrus. What's that? Well, what do you mean he hasn't got any phone? Oh, he did. And then they did. Yeah. Oh, thank you very much.
What?
Took out his phone. He tried to pay his bill with Confederate money.
Well, that eliminates Cyrus.
No, it doesn't. Eliot, you and I are going to Mountain Springs.
Mountain Springs? Just a moment, Hal. Let me check the travel agency, see how tough it is to get there.
Eliot, please, in this modern day and age, it is very simple to get anywhere. Well, we finally made it.
Quaint little dwelling, isn't it?
Yeah. Shall we get neighborly?
Yep.
I'm getting stronger every minute. Eliot, what are you doing?
The fellow who dropped us off at the bottom of the hill said we'd better have this for safety.
No, Eliot, please. The man was pulling your leg. We're living in a civilized world. Just because these poor folks live up in the mountains doesn't mean that they're savages.
Hal!
That's fair enough.
Yeah, well, just a minute, Mr. Clay Hippo, but we're friends.
You can't be friends. You wear shoes.
Yeah, well, for that, I do apologize.
I'm giving you a count of 17 to get off my property.
17?
I'm proud of my education. Now get moving.
Yeah, well, Mr. Clay Hippo, we are friends of Gretchen's.
There ain't no Gretchen here.
There ain't. There isn't?
Not I can recollect.
Yeah, well, I'm Hal Towne. I'm a newspaper man.
Newspaper man? That's worse than a revenuer. Boys, get a bead on him.
Yeah, no, wait just a minute, fellas, please. You see, we're looking for a Gretchen Clay Hipple, and we'd like to take her with us up to the city. There's fame and fortune waiting for her.
Fame and fortune? Well, why didn't you say so? Come on in.
Thank you. Clay Hipple?
Colonel, sir?
So you see, Cyrus, if we can find Gretchen, she can become a big star. Make a lot of money. Maybe go to Hollywood, have a house with a swimming pool.
And Hal did a marvelous job on publicity. Marvelous.
Hey, you got one of them things.
One of what thing?
Yeah, one of these.
You have Phi Beta Kappa?
Found it. Ain't no good. Won't open a darn thing.
Oh, how true, how true. Well, Cyrus, what about Gretchen?
I ain't so sure about you fellas. You look a lot to me like revenuers. darn creaking drives me nuts.
Oh, why don't you oil a chair?
Ain't the chair that's creaking, it's Grandpa. Oh, bring some more stew.
Now, Cyrus, this is very important. If you have a daughter by the name of Gretchen, please tell us.
Well, let's see. Me and Ma got Emmy Lou, Elvira, Jenny, Abigail, Effie. Ma, we got a gal named Gretchen. Sorry, can't help you.
Well, guess that does it. Nothing to do but go back to New York and take my medicine. Let Hollister put my head on a chopping block. Well, thanks very much, Mr. Clayhipple, for the victuals.
Now, just a minute. You're looking for a Clayhipple with talent. We got one for you.
Oh, yeah, but...
Jeb, go fetch Elvira.
Yeah, but you see, Cyrus, it's not any Clayhipple. It has to be Gretchen.
Now, hold on there. Elvira's ready for fame and fortune. Besides, I'd like to get her off my hands.
Yeah, but...
Grandpa?
Elvira, show these here gentlemen what real talent is.
She'll be coming down when she comes. She'll be coming down when she comes.
When she comes.
Cyrus, please, it's not a singing. We want an act. We don't want to sing a song.
When she comes.
Certainly not a trio, Cyrus.
When she comes.
Colonel, sir, if you will just grant me one moment.
Grant? Who said grant?
She'll be coming round the mountain. She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's 10 o'clock. So we might as well start the press conference. You see, about a month and a half ago, I saw a little play, an off-Broadway show, and
Get out of here, Hollister. You weren't invited.
Well, I've come to hear Hal redeem himself, if he can.
Oh, let him stay, Con.
Go ahead, Hal. We're waiting with bated breath.
Well, I'm trying to make a statement if you'll give me a chance.
Never mind a statement. Show us the girl.
The girl. Yeah, well, you see, as a matter of fact...
Now, don't feed me that old line about June Thursday actually being a poor cigarette girl to whom you gave a helping hand, and then she sneaked out of town, and you're unable to locate her to tell her about her good fortune?
Hal wouldn't stoop that low, would you?
Yeah, well, my script goes a little different, but it's... Oh, Conrad, look, the whole trouble with this thing is that when I changed
Gentlemen, meet June Thursday.
Hal, I have to hand it to you. You had me worried for a while, but you came through.
Yeah, no, wait a minute, Conrad.
Attention! What you...
June Thursday in person?
2 June Thursdays.
The only week that hasn't.
Eliot, why didn't you tell me?
I thought it was an original idea.
Well, run along, girls. There's no use you being on a sinking ship, too.
Sorry.
Mr. Morland, I want to thank you for a most enjoyable time.
How unethical can you get? I'm not only dropping your column, but I'm telling every publisher I know to do the same.
Cyrus!
Howdy, Mr. Towne.
It was Cyrus, did you bring your gun?
Who's that creature?
I brung Abigail. She's been working over at Hollydale Junction. Come on in, Abigail.
Cyrus, please. I don't want any Abigails. I have to have a Gretchen and Owen.
Hi, Mr. Towne.
How do you do?
Gretchen! Papa didn't know I changed my name when I came to New York. Abigail Clayhipple didn't seem like a good name for an actress.
No, but Gretchen Clayhipple did.
You didn't expect me to change it to something silly like June Thursday.
What are you trying to pull now, Hal?
Oh, this is the real article, Ed. Even Gretchen doesn't know that she's June Thursday.
Say, I remember Gretchen. She was a cigarette girl at the Bon Chance.
That's right.
And a darn good little actress.
I'm June Thursday?
Yeah, you bet you are.
Oh, Papa!
Well, Ed?
Dad, I saw June Thursday.
Yeah, Randy, please.
She's in the 3rd grade in my school.
Yeah, but you see, Randy...
And here's a report card to prove their name is really June Thursday.
It is.
Who in your act, Junie? 1, 2, 3, 4, rock, Rudy, baby. In the top, rock, Rudy, baby.